we're going to boot her up and see if it works. Because this has been a complete nightmare. I was up till 4 in the morning trying to sort this out. So, cross our fingers and just make sure I've taken off all the plastics. I think I have. That anti-sag bracket was a pain in the ass to get in and on. That's the power supply I'm using now. Okay, cross our fingers and let's see what we get. Please work. I've spent hours on this. The monitor is dodgy though. I'm going to replace the monitor. It might help if I plugged in a display port into the graphics card. Yes, that would help a great deal. This monitor is absolutely buggered though, so it might not work. I might be doing some training. So I mean by the monitor is absolutely buggered. That's why I need to replace it. Probably something I'm probably going to do today. Been looking at 4K and 1440p. I'm thinking 1440p is going to be definitely the cheaper alternative, for sure. And it looks like the monitor might be playing up. I doubt I'll ever buy a ViewSonic monitor again because they're a pain in the ass. I have had it 5 years or so, but it's not really been dropped or damaged, so I don't know. Looks like I've got some issues I've got to try and figure out. Hello there, and the build is complete. Oh, sorry, that was Zelda. It's hasn't been that bad. Why is that? Never noticed that before. Yeah, so the build. I've pretty much finished it now. Card is in. Anti-sag bracket was a bit of a twat to get it in, because it literally just has a little nubbin there that just sits on the card and just touches the card and gives it a bit more strength essentially. But the card's pretty sweet. It's a bit bigger than my RTX 3060 Ti. Very little RGB, just that there. It's come out quite nicely, to be honest. I've just noticed one thing though. It's ironic. I only notice it actually when I'm on video. I haven't pushed the things back. As I said before, the only issue I kind of had was power supply. Basically, I hadn't realised that I had a 10-pin in the pack that goes. So it's basically that to the power supply. Sorry, 24 pin to, is it 12 pin I believe, but it's also got an additional 10 pin on top of that as well because it's fully modular, 80 plus gold. But I didn't realise that, so for hours I've been scratching my head up thinking why is this not booting? I was messing with the panel headers down there. It was doing my nutting because I thought I'd done something wrong, but no, it turns out all I hadn't done was just I hadn't plugged that bloody power connector in, which was a bit of a ball ache if I'm honest. But yeah, so I'm quite happy. The card is really, really good. Space Marine 2, it's 4K. I think it's native 4K, but it is. I think I had FSR 1 upscaling on it, so it's not quite really native. But I was doing about, I think it was like 111 frames a second. Obviously FSR 3, and if you go into the menus on the games that support FSR 4, you can enable FSR 4, which is a much better upscaling method than the previous generations of FSR. And I am going to try and do some benchmarks if I can get the overlays to work through MSI Afterburner. But yeah, I'm quite happy. I mean, you know, it wasn't it was 600 quid, 634.99, I think it was. As I said before, I did want a 30. Sorry, I'm gonna turn that down a bit. 3060 Ti, 3060, 5070 Ti originally, but I just never, I just couldn't justify. Like, I mean, they got down in price. I think about 700, 8. Jeez, can't talk. £700 to £800. So yeah, they're going down in price now. In fact, the whole RTX series of cards, the 5070 is down as well now. But it's just that 12 gig RAM buffer that's I'm just not keen on. If it had 16 gigs, I probably would have gone with the Nvidia card. But also the I don't know, I just fancied change, and I guess we'll see. The only other issue I had with the AMD stuff was everyone was saying, "Oh, the drivers are bad on AMD." I've had not really any issues. I had, the one thing I did have was when I uninstalled the Nvidia stuff. I uninstalled all of that, and then I had to do the is it Adrenaline software, and that was it. For some reason, it wouldn't detect my TV. For some reason, the Hisense TV, there was no audio drivers whatsoever for it. So I uninstalled it, reinstalled it a second time, and like that, it detected it. So I don't really understand what was going on there exactly, but yeah, I'm quite happy. I can definitely recommend this card. AMD are they've got something good on their hands as long as they can maintain supply, and I mean, it's all down to Nvidia. Nvidia this generation have really dropped the ball, as I said before. Not in terms of in terms of performance, the 5070 is not a card that's really wanted by a lot of people at the moment because of, again, I think it's just that lack of VRAM. 12 gigs will get you is okay for 1080p and 1440. But it starts to show its limitations at 4K from all the benchmarks I've seen. The 9070 XT, it's not that far off a 5070 Ti. They are in a lot of the benchmarks, and when it's like £100 or £200 cheaper in some cases, I mean, it's hard to argue. You know, everything is so inflated in prices. I mean, the Switch has been announced was it $450? And yet, as an idiot, I'm actually considering that as a good price, but probably isn't really. But I don't know. Everything's so inflated, whatever it may be now. I guess we'll see. But anyway, I've ranted on enough. I'm doing a bit of. I've just modded the free. Well, I've just put some 3DS games on there that I've just hacked it basically. Very cool device. They're gone up in price now as well massively. So yeah. But I haven't been able to do a lot of content because my dog, or my mom's puppy, Jedi is his name, a 7-month-old Saint Bernard puppy, decided to eat my glasses. So I'm blind as a bat. I've been wearing a pair of an old pair of my mom's until tomorrow when I get my glasses because I can't see a lot. And also the downfall of that is I also look like Harry Potter, which isn't something someone that wears glasses really wants to hear, if I'm honest. But so I haven't been able to do a lot of content at all. It's been kind of frustrating. I was like 2 inches from the TV because I think like -6 in my left eye, -4 in my right eye. So yeah, so that was fun. And the vet bill wasn't much better either, to be honest with you. Vets, Jesus, they rob you blind. But luckily, he hadn't swallowed the lens, so that was good. But because I couldn't see anything, or couldn't see with any detail, I couldn't tell if he'd swallowed the lens or not. But the bill was like, I think for an X-ray for St. Bernard was £856. Now, shit was the word I nearly used. So yeah, but luckily that wasn't the issue. He hadn't luckily swallowed anything, so he's good as gold. Other than being an absolute pain in the ass that I love to death. But anyway, back to the hardware stuff. Yeah, so there it is, all complete. If you're after a card, try and get. If you're gonna take AMD into consideration, then go for it. I've got no complaints. I'm not the most picky person, but the performance is really, really good. It's going to run things at 4K quite nicely. Again, nothing's native now. Everything's upscaled. So give it a try. I don't think you'll be disappointed. There is also the Pulse version of this card, which is a black version. I think there is a few minor differences. And if you can get like the Red Devil, which look really, really sweet. But I just got lucky and it's come up on Amazon after I'd just about given up looking for cards. So, but yeah. Fantastic piece of kit. Hope they want to upgrade for many, many years now. And yeah, so hope you're able to get the cards you're looking for, regardless if it's NVIDIA or AMD. And eliminate as many scalpers as possible. Anyway, I'll leave it there, and thanks for watching.